The Amazing Spider-Man 3 versus Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire. That is the biggest debate right now when it comes to Spider-Man fans and the Spider-Man live action movies, along with Spider-Man 4 Brand New Day starring Tom Holland. There's been a lot of discussion on the fact that there's a lot of people who want Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 4 since it was supposed to debut or come out in May or June, summer of 2011, after the Spider-Man 3 follow-up from 2007. I'm one of those people that as much as I would like to see both movies, because I've come to realize that I just want to see all the Spider-Man movies. If I had to pick one, I would definitely say The Amazing Spider-Man 3. And the only reason why I say that is because I feel like his story isn't finished yet. Now, before I go any further into this video, I just want to make it known that I'm very biased towards Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. He is my favorite Spider-Man ever. I like Tom Holland, and I like where he's going with it. But Andrew just has a special place in my heart. When I was a kid, I loved Tobey Maguire, but when I was a teenager, Andrew really just kind of opened the door for me on realistic Spider-Mans. Even though I don't really like realistic superheroes, but that's not the point. Um, so the reason why I say that I think Andrew Garfield should get a third movie before Toby gets a fourth movie. Also, Tom Holland's not gonna be in this discussion just because his movie's already coming out and it's not about him right now. But the reason why I feel like that Toby shouldn't get a fourth movie until Andrew gets his third movie is because I feel like Andrew's story is just completely unfinished as itself. There's a lot of people out there who like to argue the exact opposite, where Toby didn't get an ending either, and it kind of just left off with him and MJ like crying over Harry's dead body, even though there are certain aspects to Spider-Man 3 that showcase that they're getting through the death and they're also trying to rehash things, hence the whole like dancing at the end of Spider-Man 3. What I can't get around is that the only thing the Amazing Spider-Man 2 taught us is that Peter was trying to get over Gwen's death, and that's it. His movie franchise is literally hung up on a cliffhanger. Like, we didn't get any post-credit scenes with him in it. We didn't get any like sort of notion that he's even still doing anything. Like the only thing we got was that he got very, very angry and bitter when he was explaining to Tom's Peter what happened after Gwen's death in No Way Home. So my initial opinion is Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 4 definitely at some point, but we need Amazing Spider-Man 3 because it really just feels like the studios and fans alike just don't like Andrew at all, and I feel like that's a waste because Andrew, given the fact that he had a very, very bad script apparently, I still think he's a very underrated Spider-Man. I think he's probably the most comic accurate Spider-Man that is there. Yes, he has his he has the differences from the comics, but so does Toby and Tom. Like they're not all three perfect. Um, Again, this is a very biased one. Obviously, I love Andrew, but it also doesn't seem fair that Toby would get a fourth and or even fifth movie when Andrew only has two movies. And I feel like the main problem a lot of people have is they're like, "Oh, the movies were written terribly and they were horrible." I'm like, "Okay, well then give Andrew a better director. Keep the people who did the visual effects because The Amazing Spider-Man 2 still has some of the best visual effects I've ever seen in a superhero movie, but get a better director and or screenwriter and give them a third movie because there were supposed to be so many things to support in Spider-Man 3. Like we were gonna see the symbiote, we were gonna see the Sinister Six being formed, hopefully. We were gonna see Mary Jane. There was a deleted scene from Amazing Spider-Man 2 where Peter almost kills Harry after the death scene. There were so many things that came out about that never got finished. Yes, Spider-Man 4 for Toby was supposed to show Mysterio and the lizard and all that, especially with the vulture. But I feel like Amazing Spider-Man 3 didn't get itself off the floor yet, and I feel like Andrew didn't have time to redeem himself. Toby at least had three movies to get everything sorted. His second movie is still regarded as probably the best superhero movie of all time. Literally, anytime you ask anybody what their favorite superhero movie is, it's Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire. But I feel like whenever you look at Andrew's movies, they have so much hidden potential. And if you just give the third movie a chance, it would have been able to right all the first two movies' wrongs. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there's been a lot of talk that a lot of like especially the people from Spider-Man the Raimi films want a fourth movie, and there's been a lot of talk and stuff like that. And since Toby's been in No Way Home, he obviously can pull off an older Spider-Man. But then there was also an article slash interview that came out like a week and a half ago where Andrew basically said that Amazing Spider-Man 3 was not a thing and it probably will never be a thing. And I feel like it's only not a thing because people judge it too quickly. Um, that's basically my rundown. It wasn't going to be a very long video. I just wanted to air out my frustration when it comes to online spaces, and I don't like going online and talking to people because it ends up just being debates, and I don't like that. So I figured if I just do it on video, it's a lot better. Plus, I just like making these videos. I don't even care if it makes sense. I don't even care if this video seems like it's just a video for me to trash other people or whatever. I'm not. I like Toby Spider-Man. Not as much as I like the other 2. He's definitely my least favorite, but in No Way Home, he was very good. Like, I liked him as an older Spider-Man, and if Spider-Man 4 comes out, and he's an older Spider-Man with kids and married to Mary Jane, you can bet I'm gonna be in that movie theater watching it and enjoying it. But for me, especially for teenage me, I would just prefer The Amazing Spider-Man 3 first, just because I would feel a lot better if Andrew at least finished off his trilogy before Tobey gets a 4th movie. And yeah, so if you agree with me, let me know in the comments. If you don't agree with me, please let me know why or explain, and maybe we can, talk about it. If you did like this video, please like it because it shows me that you want me to keep talking about this stuff. Um, and subscribe if you want to. I'm not gonna make you subscribe, but if you can, just like that'd be cool. And yeah, thank you. Bye.